Iron in the monkey. It's Mr. Donnie. Yeah!
At night, you guys here watching my movie that was made 20 years ago. So despite my jet lag, I'm going to be here to once again to greet you guys, to say hello, and to show you how much appreciation I have from you guys. And I want to thank you all for supporting my films and supporting me for so many years. I'm Monkey was made 20 years ago. You guys probably watched this movie more than me, right?
Yes.
But anyway, so if you guys want to keep track of what's in my near future, go to donnie.asia, and in there you can also find the official my official Facebook website. I know there's a lot of other Donnie Yen out there, which are great, you know. But the official one is where you can find in the donnie.asia.
Well, actually, before you go, I just wanted to know, because this movie you are doing with Yuen Wu-ping,
right,
who you really started out with
Absolutely.
in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Can you just tell people a little bit about the working relationship between you guys? Because y'all have worked together for so long.
Yes. You all probably know he discovered me, I don't know how many years ago.
Like it was yesterday.
80 years ago. But I learned a lot from him, and he's very busy, and when we see each other, we're always looking for the next projects. I don't know, hopefully in the near future, right? I'm Monkey.
Yeah, I mean, can you just let people know where you were in your career?
10:30 at night.
I know. Where were you in your career when you made Iron Monkey? Like, I mean, from your point of view, did you feel like this was going to be like this really huge next step for you, or what was this like?
No expectation, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I finished Once Upon a Time in China, then I went on to do a cameo for the film Dragon Inn, the new Dragon Inn. And then, actually I was supposed to do Black Mask, but then somehow Black Mask was canceled for a couple of years. Then a few years later, Jet Li went on to play the role. But then, instead of playing Black Mask, I was offered to play this role by producer Choi Hak. And then, no expectation. Every time I step into a Yuen Wu-ping film, I expect hard work, you know, lots of shooting days. You know, my very first movie I made with Yuen Wu-ping, which was Drunken Tai Chi, it took us a whole entire year to shoot. So Iron Monkey, in comparison, wasn't that tough, even though it was still very, very tough.
What was it? Was there any particular part of it that you found was like the toughest thing that you had to do to that point, or for this film?
Man, it was so long.
Yeah. Well, and also this was actually, you had worked with Choi Hak on 2 films right before this, and I know people have described him as he can be a tough guy, but you seem to be able to get along with him pretty well. What's your secret?
It's just tremendous respect for all the seniors and all the great Choi Hak, Yuen Wu-ping. You know, it's just part of the whole respect, how I grew up. And I was taught by my mother, you know, is maybe the whole martial arts training, but it's just the whole, when you step into the set, working with someone like Choi Hak, you know, you automatically just kind of have to be as respectful as possible. But I did remember one incident, since you mentioned it, you know, when I did Once Upon a Time in China, Part 2, I remember, now Choi Hak is the person who's known to have no script at all. And we had no script whatsoever until the very shot. Now, I remember there were so many moments where Choi Hak would comes to, and I would ask Choi Hak and say, what's my line, director? And then he says, oh, you don't have any lines. I said, what do you mean you don't have lines? Just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we double it later. When I think of the lines, and we add it in. That's exactly what happened in Once Upon a Time in part 2. We're trying to part 2. I remember there was a scene where I had my full costume, playing the general against Jet Li. I waited for 38 hours on the set without taking my costume off. And, back then, it was really rough environment of doing films, right? With no trailers. And we had to literally find our own little spot in the set, which was full of dust and dirt and not a very comfortable environment. Literally finding little spots in the corner and to rest. And I remember exactly, that was the moment I remember, and I'll never forget that moment after 30-something hours, right? The assistant director come up to me and said, Donnie, it's your turn, you waited 30-something hours, right? And all right, you go up there, he said, what's my line? He said, you don't have any line, right? And he took one shot, okay, wrap. So I never forget that. So then the next movie after that, many years later, the Seven Swords with Choi Hak, and I will always be sarcastic. You got older, and we became closer, the whole, it became more friendliest, and he opened up to me, and I joked around with him, remember that time you made me wait 30-something hours? That was fun.
And the last thing I wanted to ask you is, I know this film, Yuen Woo-ping also has some of his brothers
Yes.
working on it as well.
Right.
Is there anything you can tell us about them? Because in the U.S., people don't know much about them. They really...
Yeah, in Hong Kong, back in the started this whole we have groups, like you have the Hong clan, which was the leader of obviously Sammo Hung, and then you have the Yuen clan, you have the Jackie Chan clan, that was big, and the Lau Ga-leung's clan, which he directed many of the old Shaw Brothers movie, right? So when I came into the industry, I was basically the Yuen clan. So the Yuen clan are made up by all the Yuen brothers, and a lot of outsider, not in the family heritage, but people like actually myself. After working with him, after maybe 3-4 years, I actually became his right-hand man. But anyway, I work with the brothers, and the brothers are really tight with the family. Actually, before I made Drunken Tai Chi, I went to Taiwan to make a movie with Yuen Woo-ping, a sequel. It's called Miracle Fighter. I actually stunt double for the brothers.
Really?
So,
Miracle Fighter?
Yeah, actually, if you ever look into, dig up some old movie, dig up this old movie, The Miracle Fighter 2, Part 2. There was a couple of kicking scenes. It was me. There was a shot where I played. His brother got this role. I recall. His second brother kind of looked exactly like Yuen Woo-ping, right? But the role was this old man with a long beard, and there was this shot where his legs were spread out, and he did this whole full split between two tables, and then he swung around 360 like that. That was actually me, if you look back.
Well, folks, you've been really generous with your time. I know it's late, and we've been running you ragged all weekend. So if there's nothing else you want to say, anything else you want to say before we begin the movie? Donnie and Donnie.
You guys great.
Give it up.
Enjoy this movie.
All right.
And I hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to say good night and you guys watch the movie, all right?
So ladies and gentlemen, give it up one last time.